Is Honda is a proud member of the FIU Board of Trustees.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Paws Up Preview Halftime Report. I am Jake Gibson at Jake the MC, and, well, things could be better for FIU football as they trail the Liberty Flames by a score of 24-6. So let's just get right into it here. Let's start off with some positive stuff, okay? There is some positive stuff to take away from this first half, right? I think the defense is doing okay. And when I say the defense is doing okay, I mean they're forcing turnovers, something that they really had to do if FIU wanted to stay in this game. They got an interception as well as a forced fumble. Both of those, by the way, happening in Liberty's side of the field. So in scoring in positions for Liberty to score and increase their lead, FIU was able to force turnovers on defense. I believe a forced fumble by Donovan Manuel, and just to make sure I get this right, an interception by, let's see if I have it listed here. It would appear I do not. But, yeah, a forced fumble and an interception for FIU's defense, that's pretty good. Liberty actually kind of had their way on offense their first two drives, both resulting in touchdowns, mainly defined by the running game. But after that, FIU's defense actually adjusted pretty quickly and, as I had mentioned, forced a few punts, an interception, and a forced fumble. So I'll say the defense has done a solid job, except that they gave up another score there at the end, as well as a field goal off an FIU turnover. So I don't know how much I can really blame the FIU defense at the latter end of the second quarter, right before halftime, because they had to constantly be out on the field because FIU's offense was tragic this first half, man. Kewan Jenkins, his stats so far, he has 32 passing yards. That's it. He also threw an interception. He was sacked quite a few times. Okay, I take that back. So Owens has 32 rushing yards. He leads all runners. Shamari Lawrence with 24 and Kewan Jenkins himself with 10. Jenkins passing-wise, 5 for 13, 83 yards, been sacked once, threw a pick, no touchdowns just yet. He did have a 48-yard long ball to Chris Mitchell, which is always good to see, the long ball connection between those two players. But FIU's offense, I believe their first three drives, punt, 3 plays, 3 runs, nothing cooking. Every now and then, Jenkins tried to throw the ball downfield, incomplete passes, not to mention some silly penalties here and there. And at the end of the day, a couple of turnovers as well. Jenkins also was tackled, ball came out, Liberty fell on it. And it's just been the Flames, man. So looking at some other statistics, Liberty has 12 first downs, 220 rushing yards, 120 passing yards. I told you they're a very balanced offense in the preview. Both teams have thrown an interception. And Liberty collected a fumble as well. FIU has had to punt 4 times, Liberty only once. Both teams have committed 2 penalties, and Liberty has had the possession of the ball 17 minutes compared to almost 13 for FIU. Overall, we knew this was going to be a difficult matchup for FIU. I mean, at the end of the day, Liberty is projected to be one of, if not the best teams in Conference USA, and they're certainly showing it right now, right? Jenkins is not at a great game, right? He's not having much time in the pocket to look down the field and see who's open. Liberty's defense has been pressuring him almost all night. The best part of FIU's offense was that one long ball to Chris Mitchell, along with the Jenkins rushing touchdown at the 1-yard line, a la Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, the way they do that quarterback sneak. So it's hard to find some positive news for this FIU football team right now. The only good news I can really say is that they're not completely out of it just yet. What also sucks is that on the one touchdown that they did score, Chase Gabriel missed the extra point, so it's not 24-7, it's 24-6. It could have been a 14-point deficit, but now it is a 17, or excuse me, a 18-point deficit. So, as FIU is, of course, doing their usual homecoming festivities here at halftime. The crowd today has been great. Pretty good crowd of both alumni and students. Liberty's fans also traveled really well. Again, thank you to everybody who watched the pregame show presented by the FIU Alumni Association at the Roar Lounge. That was very fun. Speaking of Scott's, always fun. Got to meet a lot of really cool people. It was a fun event. And I'm really hoping that FIU adjusts on offense because it's funny. FIU's offense in pretty much every game so far. They start off strong in the first half. They start to collapse in the second half. It's reversed in this game. Their offense was not great in the first and second quarter of this game. We can only hope that they will adjust and that FIU's defense will clamp up Liberty. Some final notes for Liberty's side of the ball, by the way. Caden Salter, 7 for 15, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He has not been sacked yet. Billy Lucas for Liberty, 85 yards and a touchdown. Treyon Sibley, 83 yards and a touchdown as well. Bentley Hanshaw also has a touchdown for the Flames. And that is about it. Kicking woes as well for both teams. Liberty, of course, Chase Gabriel missed that extra point. Liberty missed a field goal at the end of the first half that would have given them a 27-6 lead. So we're still here at 24-6. So just to sum it all up, it was not a great first half for FIU, as I'm sure. Hey, Kevin, what are your thoughts? How did you think that first half went?
Paws up, comeback incoming.
Comeback incoming, says Kevin. That has to be some good news from the man himself.
Kiwan struggling, but obviously John Bach, Jacob Peace out. I kind of probably could say this is the most freshman-esque he's looked.
Yeah.
The first course of this season for himself. He's never lost. Just want to clear that up.
Yeah.
When he's even in high school, he's never lost. So this will be the first time in Kiwan Jenkins' life since high school that he's lost a football game that he started. So something to keep in mind. I like what the defense has been doing, especially the adjustments they made after the first 2 drives. Really being able to, they were part of Caden Salter's first interception. So good stuff for the most part.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell how badly their offense is missing their lost lineman. Jenkins has pretty much no time in the pocket. Liberty's defense has been creating hell all night, and some silly turnovers here and there. FIU's defense, turnovers in the red zone, good. And Kevin called it. He called the comeback for the Panthers. We'll see if it happens. But your score at halftime: Liberty 24, FIU 6. I'm Jake Gibson. That was Kevin Barral, and we will talk to you all again post game, following press conferences with Coach McIntyre and maybe some players here and there. So 24-6, Liberty leads. This was the halftime report for the Paws podcast. Paws up.